Welcome to another episode of the CSE Student Tools 101 series by the Allen School Peer Advisors. In this episode, we'll be looking at how to most efficiently use MyPlan. If you're watching this video, that means it's probably time for class registration. Having gone through the registration process for several quarters myself, I know how hard it can be to design a good course load that helps fulfill your degree requirements while balancing your mental health and all of your extracurricular activities. We want you to focus on designing your ultimate class schedule, so I'm going to clarify all the logistics on how to actually register and navigate MyPlan. In short, MyPlan is just an academic planning tool for you to map out your course schedule, explore undergrad programs, plan your academic career, select backup courses, and track your degree progress. To follow along, you'll want to visit myplan.uw.edu. Once you get there, you'll be prompted to log in with your UW Net ID. It'll also probably redirect you to the UW portal to log in. But once you're there, this is what the MyPlan dashboard will look like. As you can see, I have a bunch of courses on the side that I've already registered for, since I've already registered for classes. What I'm going to do is click on the Spring 25 tab, and we can see that it's already on Spring 2025. But if I click Summer, you can see I actually have no registered courses for the Summer 2025 quarter. So make sure that you're navigating between those two tabs so you're on the right quarter that you're actually trying to register for. So now what I'm doing is clicking on one particular class. We can see the name of the class, that it's 3 credits, a description of the course, as well as prerequisites. In my case, I actually don't have all the prerequisites, but you can email a professor to ask for an add code to override those prerequisites. You can also see the instructor if I need to look him up to get that email. There's more information as well about how many people are enrolled in the class. And if it was empty, I can use that bell icon to set notifications in order to get an email or a text message about when a new spot opens up. You can also see the location there as well in the PAA physics building. The other thing, that view more details is really helpful for seeing if there's additional information about the course or any other restrictions that might be there. So make sure to click on that when registering for courses. Now I'm going to click back on that Spring 2025 to go back to this page. So next, what I'm going to do is look at the schedule builder. What this does is let you see like the times that all of your classes are to give you some idea of, can I actually run between 10 minutes to go to these 2 different classes and how far apart they are by looking at those locations. And you can see that blue highlighted one is that one class I actually haven't registered for, but I've added it to my plan. You can also navigate between those different options in case there are different possible schedules with different sections or lab sections. So I'm going to show you how to register. There's 2 ways. If you first just click send to registration, it'll bring you here. And we can see there's actually an error, which is saying I need to enter the number of credits I want for this particular class. So if I fix that, now we can see the schedule updated, and you can see it right there. And so now I'm going to go ahead and drop the class. So it's just checking that box, update schedule, and now it's gone. So it's pretty simple. Next, the other thing that you can do, well, we can see it's updated, close and refresh, is you can actually, when I click send to registration, you can actually click on the registration hyperlink on the side. And so from there, you can get the SLN code in order to register. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and paste, I'm going to go ahead and paste the SLN code here, and then I'm going to type in the credit since we know we need to do that to update, and there, it updated. These 2 ways work the same exact way. There's really no reason to pick one over the other. Both of them work the same way. And again, remember the add codes sometimes are necessary for certain classes. This SNS grading is also important. Some classes are automatically SNS. SNS just means pass or fail, so you won't have a GPA value for that class. So to actually look for courses, that search icon you can use in order to find a certain class. The time schedule versus course catalog just means time schedule is looking at, in this case, spring and summer quarters only for those courses. The other option will look at all classes. So we can see here, those yellow and green tabs are looking at spring and summer. So now let's look for a specific course. I'm going to look up CSE, and I'm going to put it in quotes to make sure it matches that exactly. Now, I also want to have a diversity credit, so I'm going to click on that div check mark, and we can see CSE 480 Computer Ethics satisfies those requests. We see it's spring 2025, and it's also credit, no credit, which refers to that SNS thing I was talking about earlier. And so I can also view more details, and here's an example of more details. So it's only for majors only, so that can be really important information. And so what I'm going to do now is look at this dog path tool, and I would recommend checking this out for pretty much any course. In this case, it's not super helpful because it is a credit, no credit. But if I look up a class like CSE 311, that does have a graded course component, we can actually see the course grade distribution, which can be really helpful when determining your workload. The COI outcome tells you if people did better or worse than they expect, and you can also see what classes other people take or need to take for that course, as well as concurrent classes people generally take alongside 311. So next what I'm going to do is go ahead and look at the other options in MyPlan. So what you can do is actually look at your degree audit, which I find to be really helpful to make sure you're on track for your degree. So this is my actual degree audit for computer science. And you can actually try switching and looking at different majors as well if you'd like. And this is a good way you can see like your grades for particular classes. And if it says the green okay, that means you've already fulfilled it. If you see anything that's yellow or red, it's either in progress or you haven't completed or started that requisite. You can do the same thing by switching major to minor. This is a minor that I'm taking. It's pretty cool. And so I'm going to run the audit. It can take some time. And then it'll have like the same setup where in this case you can see there's a red no because I haven't finished my minor. And so I can see what things are in progress with that yellow tab that I mentioned. So that's kind of how audit works. You can also see this audit your plan, which is different than audit your degree. This means if you've planned certain classes, which you can do from planned academic year, you can run based off of what you plan to take and haven't taken yet. So this is an example of what mine actually looks like. What you can see is there's like some backup courses as well as the classes I actually took. This can be helpful if you have certain things planned. Like you can see, I currently plan to take that HServe class. And you can also, I'm going to show you an example of how to do this with summer 2025. I can add a specific course or course placeholders. So maybe if I want to take a math 482 specifically, or if I want to have a placeholder for a certain elective. And I can also enter how many credits. And this is really helpful for planning out your degree and making sure you're on track. You can add notes as well, and then add to plan, and it'll show up here. And then you can also change this to mark as backup if you'd like to, or also delete. And move to another quarter as well. So I'm going to delete this since I'm actually not planning to take any summer courses, but these are the really key tools. Some other ones, if you're exploring different programs, you might also want to use this Find Programs tool. You can look at different degree programs here, which can be helpful for just exploring and also specific by area of study. And you can also filter if you want like major, minor, or certificate. Similarly with the programs. But yeah, there's a lot of different tools here. These are the ones I find most helpful. And if you have questions, remember that you can always talk to an advisor. I hope this tutorial helped break down how to use MyPlan and how to prepare for academic success. Good luck with your next quarter. Thanks for watching.